guys? Nordshadow here. Thanks for stopping back in. So we had our first instance of Atlanta Overwatch. It happened. Now, it was not the Atlanta Reign. It was ATL Academy, our contenders team. But this is the first instance of Atlanta being represented in professional Overwatch. So it was a really fun game, a lot of fun to watch. I really like seeing our guys get out there and compete and represent the organization. It was versus Mayhem Academy, which they put up a really hard fight, and a lot of these maps came down to being very, very scrappy fights. But our guys pulled ahead in the end, and we took this 3-1. So yeah, let's get into it. Busan was the first map, Sanctuary being the first part of this. Now, Mayhem Academy did take this first map 100-10. They came out playing a Pharah Sombra comp, which seemed to kind of confuse the ATL Academy guys. I guess we were expecting, to go into another GOATS comp, but this 2 DPS actually did do some work against us. Shax was doing crazy work on Pharah. The first push that ATL Academy had was delayed. They were waiting for the point to unlock, and Dogman actually got picked off early, unfortunately, by a Shax rocket mixed with a Fire Strike combo. We did move on to the point and take the point initially, but with being a man down, we quickly got dismantled, and Mayhem came back, took the point, and we were kind of behind the rest of the map. Mayhem Academy had great ult management and pretty much just shut down every push before it even got started. Map 2 was the Mecha Base. ATL Academy did take this one 100-49. There's a lot of good pressure to take the point and a lot of aggression happening, and this trend of aggression, we'll notice, happens more and more throughout the game and really paid off for Atlanta on a lot of different occasions. One thing I wanted to point out with the Mecha Base fights were that they got really scrappy. They lasted a long time, and we lost some key picks that should have led to us starting to waver. But some very clutch transcendences from Dogman helped us maintain fights, keep pushing through to keep pressure on Mayhem Academy until we were able to take that point. Now, this one also had one of my favorite plays from the day, which was Gator's My People Need Me charge on Maniton, and there he goes. Okay, so moving on to map 3 of Busan, we had downtown. ATL Academy absolutely manhandled Mayhem on this one, 100-1. The aggression on every push really paid off. They were able to pick them apart and stay on top without letting Mayhem take a single tick on the point. Moving on to Umbani, the defense was pretty good, all things considered. There was a lot of, small mistakes made here and there that Mayhem really capitalized on, but there was also a lot of aggression coming in, again, that really shut down a lot of these big pushes. Now, the Mayhem Academy were able to push this all the way to the end, but thanks to a huge Hawk-Gator combo with a huge Hawk Bomb, we were able to push this into overtime, which with how close they were at the end and how much trickle was happening, that's actually really, really scrappy of ATL Academy to be able to hold this and keep someone on the point, not dying until overtime ticks in. Unfortunately, on attack, ATL they got held completely. It was a poor push against a non-GOATS comp. It seemed like we didn't really know what to do. We were expecting that sustained fighting. And when we got in there, we were playing DOTS, a dive GOATS comp, and it was like we didn't quite know where everyone was located. Soldier 76 got a lot of free reign, was able to pick people apart. It just generally seemed like a little confusion, which worked out very poorly for us. It was a full hold, and we lost Numbani. Moving on to Horizon, started out in defense again, and unfortunately we were shut down immediately by a 3-2-1 comp. So not the regular 3-3 comp you normally see, or a 2-2-2. They had a Winston, Wrecking Ball, and Diva with Tracer and Sombra as DPS, and a solo healing Mercy pushing point A. Shax on Tracer did a crazy amount of work to roll over point A and take that. Now, point B looked a lot better. There was a lot of aggression going on from ATL Academy, and like I said, this is something that you saw repeatedly, was when we started being really aggressive, it was really, really paying off for us. There was a couple of points during this point B hold where we pushed them all the way back to their spawn. It was a really, really great display of defense on point B there. Mayhem, they had been pretty good about their ult management throughout the day and really, rotating them, holding them. It looked like they started getting a little scattered on point B. B and started throwing up ults when the fights were already lost. So, you know, it looked like we really got to them on that one and were able to do a full hold on point B. When Atlanta took over the attack, we actually started on a dive comp and saw the composition we were going up against, and as you do, we went goats. So we swapped back to goats, and actually we pushed the point pretty quickly, and were able to take that and then kind of carried that momentum into point B. Now, the first push did not work out well. We kind of slowed it down a little bit. And we're able to push in. Again, another Hawk Bomb came in and really let us take that point B. Gator with some great charges, and we took Horizon. So we went up 2-1. The final map was Dorado, and this was an absolutely insane match. Like if you're gonna watch any map from this fight, you know, definitely check out Dorado. It was absolutely insane. We went on defense first, and we held them to point A. I mean, they didn't even get the first tick. Very, very hard fought. Hawk did crazy work, including a massive bomb that only picked off Mercy, but it picked off a Valking Mercy that was boosting and healing Pharah. So it was absolutely gigantic. I don't think I've ever seen anyone be able to solo bomb a Valking Mercy out of the sky. So Hawk took care of that. There was some questionable things that happened on this map, including a Transcendence that came in from Dogman that was actually called as late, but if you watch it, he did pop this in time, and Sugar Free on the Brigida got absolutely deleted through the trance. So watch out, ZP. Dogman does not pop Transcendences late. These came in perfectly. But we did hold them to point A on attack. It seemed like it was going to be a pretty easy roll. Unfortunately, Mayhem actually held pretty hard, pushing it down to the very last 30 seconds for our final push. Again, they were taking advantage of that Sombra on really dismantling our back line and shutting down all of the GOAT's defenses, and coupling that with the Pharah and all the explosive damage coming in. It was really, really hard for ATL Academy to push through this non-GOATs comp. Again, it seemed like, you know, they had scrimmed and practiced against GOATs variations, and this actual DPS really, you know, confused them a little bit, but they were able to finally push through the choke. Thanks to some huge plays from Hawk, and again some big shatters charges from Gator, and really the whole team coming together. It got a little dicey there at the end, where Ajax took a fall to a Diva Bomb through some map geometry, which this really needs to be patched. There is a hole on a barrier right before point A. And while you can shoot through this hole, something you would never ever expect, you know, when a Diva Bomb goes off, you expect any amount of cover. Get behind the cover, you're not going to die. But these random little holes in this barrier were enough to allow the full brunt of that damage to come through on an impossible angle and take Ajax out, which almost really cost us the point. But we were able to pull everything back together and push a little bit closer to point A to take the win. So first week in versus Mayhem Academy, ATL Academy wins 3-1. I was really happy to see our guys really come together and pull this one out. There was a lot of really clutch plays from everyone, from you know, grabs to ult management, a lot of aggression going on. A couple things I really wanted to point out. One being Dogman, who unfairly got, you know, targeted for being picked a lot, which is naturally going to happen when you have you know, a lot of aggression being rewarded, and when you have aggression in Sugar Freeze going in as that aggressive Brigida, you lose a lot of peel on your immobile healers like Dogman on that Zenyatta. But a lot of aggression coming in with some really nice picks, especially on Apply there in Dorado at the end, and some clutch Transcendences that really helped push 3 or 4 fights and helped us sustain, not only, you know, ones that it helped us initiate and really take down, but some fights that we probably would not have won if those Transcendences didn't come through. And then, of course, my MVP of the game is going to go to Hawk for some amazing Hawk bombs. Now, that is one thing that's happening right now in the meta, is, you know, grab bombs and shatter bombs, but they're still so much fun to watch. So let's take a look at these highlights.
Hold the phone here, because they're just going straight in. They don't have time the thing. That means they're getting hit by the grab. The bomb is getting it laid in right to the back.
Oh my goodness.
Cleans on up. 5 pickoffs for Hawks up through. And they deal with man its back. They get rid of it here. So effectively, up a man advance. Self-destruct coming up.
Oh my god.
Ends the fight. 5 from Hawk. And that's what you need in that situation.
Like he goes fight. And I really want to be seeing them try to get an early engagement. Here we see the grab.
Grab's gonna be coming up here. Self-destruct. Easy cleanup on the other side. And oh, still grabs too. It looks like maybe we'll land on the wrong side, but nah. Hawk
Out of spawn without a lot of damage.
You got emergency doom this because you're hoping the pickoffs will do enough. They'll find a way through it. Hawk says, let me treat you to explosives right in the air.
He's actually really good. He won't have any energy now.
What do you do when your Zarya's down? You drop the bomb and they get a pay flash. What?
Excuse me. That should Hawk just hit a massive bomb. I don't understand how that's even possible.
Okay, the grab dragon set up. The dragon, that's the easy part. Landing with a good grab, that's tough. Hawk, look for an Eden. Grab Eden there, so the dragon's gonna go down. No one's went home. That's Eden coming up from Hawk.
It is anyone's game. They will have rally, which is really big, but look at Epps. He's about to have trance, and they will have barrage. They need to set this up huge. It's huge they set this up.
And he has to look out for Hawk. Drops barrage early. Thought Hawk wasn't looking, but Hawk was. He's even alive. He's down.
Yeah, congratulations, Hawk, on the first week MVP. Great job, a lot of fun to watch, and really, really look forward to seeing, what else comes from the entire team, and especially from these huge Hawk bombs going forward. My general thoughts on this first match was that the Pharah and Sombra combo did actually work. Now, there was a tweet right after the game saying, that the team maybe didn't practice non-goats comps as much as they maybe should have, and it caught them off guard when Florida came in not playing goats. And Florida even tweeted out that it was they were proud of their guys for practicing non-goats comps and really being flexible. And kind of what I have to say about that is yes, it's very good to remain flexible as long as that doesn't compromise your ability to play the meta at hand, because that flexibility did really expose a lot of weaknesses in ATL Academy. But our ability to really come together and play the comps that we knew how to play and play those long, scrappy fights with well-timed ults better really led to us being able to take the game. So while I commend Mayhem for that, I would, my general thoughts are just that make sure you know how to play the meta before you really want to try other compositions to try to counter it. I really enjoyed watching Gator play Winston more, that Dotes comp, the dive goats. So it was fun seeing him play a lot of Winston. I enjoyed listening to Avast and ZP cast. ZP, talked about him before. He is an absolutely fantastic caster. I'd love to see him in OWL one day. And Avast coming in as the pro color commentator and really providing a lot of great insight. Kind of the same thing that Jake did with ZP with the World Cup casting, is that he provided, a very hands-on look at, what the pros see when they're playing these games. So I really like this, what they've started doing about having a pro coming in and doing that color commentary along with someone like ZP, and I'd really love to see that continuing going forward. The next game for ATL Academy is actually tomorrow, Tuesday, December the 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern. That is versus Uprising Academy, formerly Toronto Esports, which has pulled out of Overwatch due to personal reasons. Moving on from ATL Academy to more Rain news, there was a tweet sent out by Dafran. Now, there's a video put up by Michael, and some people were commenting on seeing Dafran in Oceanic servers. And this was confirmed with a tweet he sent out. He said, currently in Australia on holiday, visiting family. Shouldn't be too long before I land in the USA, and I'm ready to play Overwatch again. Thanks for staying with me, and see you soon. So, yeah, from what I understand, Dafran's father is Australian, or he has his father's side of the family is in Australia. So, watch out, OCE players. Be warned. Be warned. Dafran is on the prowl in your region and is shutting people down, so you should be scared. Moving on to more community outreach stuff. This past Wednesday was Wallpaper Wednesday for the Atlanta Reign community Twitter, and they put out a series of really, really fun wallpapers, a lot of nice variety. I'll put a link to these in the description. But a couple ones I wanted to point out were this one with the logo and Soldier 76, and this one with the group shot of Reinhardt, Widowmaker, Genji, and Zenyatta. So again, this is continuing the trend of them revealing a little better looks of the of some of the skins we haven't seen, and this is a great look at Soldier 76. But the one I really want to look at is Zenyatta, where you can see his this tabard thing he's got going on has that light gray to it with the gray symbol at the bottom, and like I've mentioned before, I really like that light gray. The more light gray with the red accents really makes it feel a lot more unique and in a very streamlined way when it comes to these skins. So more and more times they put out things with these skins, the more excited I get to be able to buy them. I'm pretty sure all of these wallpapers came from Jarrell, so thank you, Jarrell. Moving on to a correction, and that correction is based on some fan art that was sent in, or that I found on Twitter by my name is Anya at Saiyan904. You remember we talked about her female Rain character. Well, what I did not know at the time, and I'd like to update, is this is actually a female version of her original character, which is this male Atlanta Rain character. And not only is this character very well designed, and I'd love to see, you know, more done with it, but there's actually been fan art of this fan art. So Screebz at Screebz on Twitter and the KANA at KANA_sis made fan art of this Atlanta Rain character, and I'd like to see where this goes. I really want to see where the fan community can take this this idea. The Hangzhou Spark mascot she did has actually grown some legs and is getting a lot of fan art and a lot of attention, and I'd like to see what we can do with this the Atlanta Rain one. Going on to kind of broader Overwatch League news that does affect the Atlanta Rain, Overwatch League did announce that they have a deal with Fanatics as a partner of the Overwatch League in terms of merch. Now, this is a multi-year deal for jerseys, merchandise, hard products, so think like cups, mugs, sunglasses, cutting boards, lamps, things like this. Now, we might not get that, but this company is one that handles merchandise for the NFL, MLB, NASCAR, college sports, and they have a lot of variety, they have a lot of history, and a lot of quality stuff. So this is a very, very exciting announcement. There is a downside to this, which is all of the custom team stores that have been coming out, they're all going to close before the first of the year, and this is going to be, all the merch is going to be taken over by Fanatics. It looks like they're probably going to be moving away from Into the AM as well with those printed shirts. So it looks like we're going to have the quality of all of the merchandise is going to kick up a good notch, but it's all going to be tightly controlled by Fanatics. So there's good, there's bad. If your team, if you have a team that you're a fan of outside the Atlanta Rain, definitely check out their merch store if they have one open and get it before the first of the year. But yeah, it seems like the Atlanta gear that we've been seeing circulating might just be some promo gear, and this might not be similar to what the official gear looks like when it comes out. We still have to wait and see. We're still waiting on jersey announcements, still waiting on merch announcements, and it looks like we're going to hear more about that first of 2019 after the custom stores close shop. But yeah, that's what I have this week, guys. I really appreciate you stopping in. Tell me what your thoughts on the ATL Academy are, what you thought about the game, if there's any highlights I missed that you want to talk about. Definitely let me know what you guys think about this upcoming game versus Boston Academy, formerly Toronto Esports. What do you think about Saiyan904, my name is Anya's mascot for the team, and this fan art and where this could go? And who would win in a fight, a Phoenix or a Yeti? That was a interesting thing brought up with the Vancouver reveal. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you think, and until next time, I'll talk to you later.